The top 10 list of famous Freemasons. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry channel. I'm Maynard Edwards, 33rd degree, along with our assistant grand historian, Brother Chris Ruley, 32nd degree KCCH. We're in the beautiful archive. This is your realm, your lair, if you will.
Yes,
and
domain.
A couple of months ago, I did a list of the most important American Freemasons, and this is based on their Masonic achievement, and it was focused on Americans. So people were saying, like, well, what about Alistair Cook? And American was the key there.
Okay.
So, and if you want to check that video out, it's linked above. But I found another list. I found a list on Ranker. Do you know what Ranker is?
I don't know what Ranker is.
Ranker is literally what it sounds like. It is
Just rank.
a website where people go and they make lists of things.
Okay.
And then people vote up or down whether they think a person should go up or down. So it's sort of crowdsourced listing. Like a list of the top 10 best albums. It's going to be different than, say, Rolling Stone, because people vote up or down. And they'll say, okay, well, I think Sgt. Pepper is better than Revolver, so Revolver up, Pepper down. That's kind of how...
also right.
I would tend to agree. They have a list of famous Freemasons, and it's not what a Mason would put up there. Let me say that. In most cases, the people on the list are not famous because they were Masons, but rather for a completely separate reason.
I think my list is going to be wrong.
So then you made your own list.
Well, when you said that we want to take a video, you've got this list. I go, okay, so I'm going to create my list and see how close to the list. But when I'm now very curious about how close we are to the list.
So we'll keep the list on screen. We'll fill in the blanks as we go. We're just going to try and get the top 10. Now I've got, I think, up to number 18 here.
Okay,
What I've got.
I'm going to give you, I've got a couple here. I'm going to give you, now, did you say, caveat international?
Yeah, oh yeah. These
Okay, there
some of
are
these
folks
international.
outside the United States.
Yes, absolutely.
I've got a couple international folks.
Okay.
So, number one, not in particular order, in my order.
Yeah.
I assume it's on the list.
Okay.
Top 10.
Yep.
George Washington.
Number 2 on this list.
Okay.
Of course. Raised at Fredericksburg Lodge. Number 4 in Virginia, and later the worshipful master of Alexandria, Washington Lodge. Number 22. We've talked about George for ad nauseum.
That tells me that
He's number 2.
so that tells me that Masons either contributed to the ranking of this list, or that the George Washington Masonic Industrial Complex.
I would go with the second one,
All
based
right.
on the rest of the
All right,
list.
number 2. Now we're going to Pennsylvania. Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin is number 5 on this list.
These
Of
people
course,
are
St. John's Lodge. And I don't get angry.
already angry.
He's number 5, and of course, Lodge of the Nine Sisters. Again, we could spend days talking about Franklin's Masonic acumen, if you will.
Yeah.
That Franklin's number 5. So Washington 2, Franklin 5.
Okay.
What else you got?
I'm rearranging.
Number 1. I am telling you, unless I give you a dozen hints, you're not going to get number 1.
I want you to give me a hint later at the end.
Okay.
I'm going international. Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill, excellent, is on the list. He is number 6 on the list.
So, okay, all right.
number
Well, again,
6, Winston
this
Churchill,
is not based on their contributions.
Sir
This is
Winston
not-
Leonard Spencer Churchill from Studholme Lodge, number 1591. That's a heck of a name for a lodge, Studholme Lodge. They spell it with an L, but still, in London, England. He was raised in 1902, and he was only a craft lodge member, didn't join any independent bodies, which is not all that uncommon in England. But it's just kind of the thing. All right, so you got 3 out of the 10 so far.
See, now I'm a little concerned. Okay, Truman.
Harry Truman is on the list. Where is he? I got to look.
Oh, God, you're flipping the back pages.
Harry Truman is number 20.
How many do you have?
I've got 20. I've got the top 20 here.
Okay, all right, so he is the last in that list.
Yeah, he's.
I'm a little concerned.
We're going to focus on the number 10.
I'm very concerned.
You
if
should be,
Truman is
because,
on. Okay, all right. I'm going to throw. I don't want to do this. It's very similar to my expertise, but FDR. Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
FDR is not in the top 10, believe it or not.
Okay,
So
is he in top 20?
Let's see.
If he's not in the top 20,
He's number 19.
okay, all right, okay, all right.
Now, again, if you go to Ranker and look at this, it could change between now and later because people can go up or down and vote these things. But this is
Right.
and this has been there for a little while. So
Okay, my next person I selected was a little bit of like we've been in the world of politics. We've been in the world of international affairs. I'm going to go in the world of literature. I'm going to say pen name Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens.
Samuel Clemens, he's on the top 30. I know I saw that. I don't have
So he's not in top 20.
He's not in the top 20. No, but you're on the right track. I would say think outside Los Estados Unidos.
Yes.
So
Okay.
think Europe.
All right. Oh, then this is not going to work because my next couple of guys are very American.
Okay.
I'm going to say Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq.
Shaq is on the list in the top 30, but he didn't make the top 20. So you got a good pull. You're honing in on it.
I'm doing it for my principal.
I am telling you,
because
number one, you will never get unless I give you some massive hints.
okay. The easy choice is Shaquille O'Neal representing our Prince Hall brothers.
Right.
The streets, though, know that Thurgood Marshall has a little bit more Prince Hall credential. So I'm going to go Thurgood Marshall.
He is again. He made that top 30 list, the larger list, but not in my hand. Not on the top 10.
All right. I've got two more Americans. I'm going to say Colonel Sanders.
Not on the list. I don't think most people know Colonel Sanders was. We know Colonel Sanders was.
The KFC chicken guy.
We know who Colonel Sanders is, but
Brother
I'm saying
Sanders.
is I don't think most people recognize that Sanders was a Mason.
My last person on the list, I didn't do a good job. My last person on the list is Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson is another one who made,
But only because
made
I
the
went
larger
back
list.
and I was like, you know what? I think there's a little bit of anti-Masonry, that Jacksonians.
Yeah,
That's such a nerdy.
He was in there in that top 30 in the larger list. I didn't want to drag
Okay.
this to be a 2-hour long
That's
video.
all. That's all I have for this. No, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Europeans.
So you mentioned a Prince Hall Mason. This is an extremely number. Let's go number 7 here because we're in the top 10. This was an extremely prominent man who I don't think most people recognize that he was in fact a Mason.
Can you give me a little hint?
Think more political than not.
More political.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Hall.
Also Prince Hall Shriner. I've seen pictures with his fez.
I don't know if he's a Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Reverend Jesse Jackson. There you go. Number 7.
Again, I want
you've
to
got
clarify.
5, 6, and
you
7.
can also tell them. I did not look at this list.
No, you have. He has.
I don't
not
know
seen
what you're
this at
talking.
all.
I'm not. I don't know what you're talking
Not
about.
seen this.
Okay,
at
that
all,
was number
so-
7.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to number 10. Number 10. I want to give you a hint without giving you a hint. Again,
Go ahead.
One of
Go
the
ahead.
most famous 20th century Americans to have ever lived. One of the most famous. It's not Elvis. R.I.P. King. Not Elvis. Obviously,
You
wasn't.
give me an industry
Entertainment.
subgenre. Film, music.
Film, yes. Not famous mostly for film. When you think of this guy, he was a pioneer in film, but isn't famous because of his films. He had a couple of films, but black and white or silent films, a lot of special effects because of what he did. And not someone who's known to be a silent film star. So if I give you a subgenre, you'll get it instantly. So I don't want to give you that hint unless I have to. I mean, one of the his name is still synonymous with his industry, and
Like, are you talking about like an owner of a music or a film industry?
no.
Like a
Well,
film
he
studio?
did own his own film, but nobody knows that. This is a
Like a CW, like kind of like.
this is a guy who was super, almost like Einstein, like Edison, where he was famous for a bunch of things, but and this is one of the things that was on the list was filmmaking. But if I give you
Give me
even
another one. Just give me another hint.
a couple of us in this building, me in particular, and perhaps a retired member of the staff, are semi-obsessed with this one guy.
Actor?
Not really.
I was gonna say John Wayne.
John Wayne is on the list.
Oh,
John
nice.
Wayne. So you got one accidentally, not the one I
Okay.
was thinking of, but yes,
Okay.
John Wayne was on the list. He's number 9.
Accidentally
Marion
obsessed.
Robert Morrison was his real name, and he was raised at Marion McDaniel Lodge, number 56, in Tucson, Arizona. In 1970, he was also a Royal Arch member and a member of the Knights Templar, and he's an SJ member of the Valley of Tucson and a member of the and I never can say this right, the shrine in Los Angeles. The guy's in Los Angeles. Pardon me, I just can't say the name, and I don't want to butcher it. So, apologies to the nobles there at the shrine in L.A. Or number 10, I would say at the peak of his career was more famous than John Wayne. He died in the early quarter of the 20th century and was still one of the most famous 20th century Americans.
Give me a film.
I,
Give me a film.
he famously on film made it look like he was riding a barrel over Niagara Falls.
That's even obscure even for me.
Brent and I have a minor obsession with this particular figure.
Oh, Houdini.
Harry Houdini is number 10
See,
on
to
this
me,
list.
he's like a magician.
You're freaking out over
He's
there,
a
right?
magician. He's a
My-
magician. That doesn't count. To me, he's like a professional magician.
He was a magician, but he did all kinds of. That's why I said an actor, but not really.
Oh, okay.
My son is over here
entertainment.
freaking out because he's.
I
like,
swerved. When he said entertainment, I swerved into film. I swerved
Right.
into TV. Okay.
Number 8 is going to be a real tough one for you to get, and think European. Remember I said think
Oh, that'd
about
even
Mark
worse.
Twain and that era and that idea of an author rather than a actor.
Author. European.
He was raised at Apollo University Lodge number 357. His legacy.
Arthur Doyle? Arthur Conan
No,
Doyle?
not Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Good
I think
guess.
he's a Mason, though, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Mhm, and he and Houdini
Arthur-
were once good friends and then hated each other.
Yes,
That's a whole other story. This
And
guy was going to be tough for you to get.
I'll
This one, I'm going to have to give you this one. It's
Okay.
Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde. Okay. Okay.
Oscar
All
Wilde
right.
was raised.
Famous Mason.
Yeah, and he was a member of the York Rite as well and a Templar.
Okay.
Raised in 1875.
Okay. Next.
Listen, this is not this was not a
Sure.
list made by Masons. This
Sure.
was a list
Sure.
that was just made by randos. Okay.
Fair.
So, but this is fun. Okay, I'm telling you, I don't think number 3 or number 1 you could get.
I'll need heavy hints for this.
So number 3, I will tell you, 20th century actor, very famous for one line in particular.
That's actually insane. That
He's-
All right,
his-
go
he's-
further. Go further.
Okay,
I mean, 20th century, so
Los
1900.
Angeles, so obviously an actor.
Yeah.
He was a Shriner.
Oh.
He was raised in 1933 at Beverly Hills Lodge. His first name is William, but nobody knows him by that. They know him by his middle name and his last name.
Would I have seen this movie?
You might not have seen the movie in its entirety because it's quite a long movie. It is an epic. But there's one line in it that if I give you that line,
Ben-
everybody will know who it is, even if they've not seen the movie.
Ben-Hur. It's
not Ben-Hur, no.
Ben-Hur. Okay. Epics.
It's a
Lawrence
movie
of
that-
Arabia.
No, it's a
Oh, no,
movie
wait,
that
no,
has
33.
sort of been canceled as of late because of its portrayal of the Annabelle and South. Yeah.
Oh, who's okay? It's Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Gable.
That's it. Clark Gable. Yeah. Frankly, my dear Scarlett,
Okay.
I don't give a damn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that is
even if
very
you've
famous.
never,
Yes,
even if you've
of
never
course.
seen the movie, most people know that's Gone with the
Okay.
Wind. That's Clark Gable. Clark Gable.
What number is Clark Gable?
Clark Gable's number 3. Raised in Beverly Hills Lodge, number 520.
All right, cool. Whatever. Fun. This is fun. Yay. Ranking. All right.
This guy, number 4, another one who I'm
You
going to
said Rat Pack?
Yeah.
Can't be Frank Sinatra.
It is not Sinatra. This is, you don't think of him as a member of the Rat Pack, but he was. He wasn't Joey. It was not Joey Bishop, not Sammy Davis Jr., not Dino.
Oh, okay, that was Dean.
Yeah, not Dino. No.
Okay. Can you give me? Okay, well, that's not him because they're entertainers.
Known more for as a stand-up comedian, but a specific kind of stand-up comedy.
Was he popular? I guess Rat Pack was in Las Vegas.
Vegas era. So he was most
he like
famous
a-
in the 50s, the 60s, some in the 70s.
TV?
Participated a lot in the Friars Club roasts in the 70s.
What's his name?
Remember Mecca Shriners in New York?
He's like he's like an insult comic.
Insult comic. You're on the right track. You got it. You can see his face.
I know the joke about him and Frank Sinatra. Actually, did you hear that joke?
Yeah, where Frank walked up to him and he said,
What are you doing,
not
Frank?
now, Look at me now,
Rickles. Rickles.
Don Rickles. is his
Really?
name. Donald J. Rickles, Service City, Geba Lodge, number 1009 in Astoria, Queens, raised in 1953.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and Mecca Shriner in New York, a noble of Mecca Shrine.
Go ahead.
All right,
Sorry. Go ahead.
Number 1.
Yes.
Number 1 is a Prince Hall Mason.
Okay.
And I've only seen one photo of him with his
He's photographed.
with his apron on, and I've seen many with his fez on. I'm actually friends with a brother at Crescent Lodge and one of my lodges in Maryland, brother Dave. Hey, Dave. I think Dave's going as worshipful master next year. Is this guy's son-in-law? But I don't know that he ever met him because I think this brother passed before Dave and this man's daughter
what
got married.
industry or what position?
Film, but more important, and he made some really great films, 70s, early 80s, most and all comedies and
Comedies.
and he's
Comedian.
Yes, very famous comedian. As famous as it gets in terms of comedians. People are yelling at the screen right now.
Did he? Was he in a terrible Superman movie?
He was in a terrible Superman movie. Richard Pryor is
Really?
correct.
Number one.
Richard Franklin Lennox Thomas Pryor, raised at Henry Brown Lodge number 22, Prince Hall affiliated in Peoria, Illinois in 1981, which was after he was famous, so that's kind of cool. And Mohammed Temple number 109 in Peoria, Illinois. He was a noble of
Richard
the Mystic
Pryor.
Shrine. Yeah. So those are the people that
Hey, this is
Ranker
good. I like
thinks
this.
are famous that are Masons, and this is silly, but it's a lot of fun.
I wonder how many times people screamed into the. It's blah blah blah. Why are you? Yeah, I'm very curious.
It is. Oh, I'm sure they did. They did, but it's a lot of fun. You
Richard
didn't really.
Hold on. Richard Pryor got number one.
Richard Pryor number 1. George Washington number 2.
I think there is a skill because I'm so focused on like historical figures
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
Masons. It's that
You gotta
side
get
of my
outside
arm
the
where I'm like,
box.
I don't talk about Richard Pryor. See, Shaq to me is a more well-known, but to
Well,
have
of
Richard
course.
Pryor, that makes.
But I mean, if you 100 years from now, if you think of who was the more important, we're long dead. All the people who were alive when these two men existed were alive. Richard Pryor's contribution to the world is much more significant than Shaq because I mean, he's an athlete. I mean.
Sure. I mean, if you really like basketball, I think not Richard Pryor. I mean, Shaq, contributed a lot to.
Yeah, but
the
to
game.
me, sure.
Here's what I'll tell you. From a comedy, film, entertainment, I think you're right.
And I will say, at one point in time, every person on this list was no joke an absolute household name. I mean,
Yeah.
in the way that
Absolutely.
Brad Pitt and George Clooney are
Correct.
household names today.
Correct.
Clark Gable and Don Rickles were household names
Yeah.
in their respective eras.
Yes.
So, good stuff. Cool. Well, thank you for watching. Hey, if there's somebody that you think should be on the list that isn't, drop it in the comments below. That is Chris Ruley. I'm Maynard Edwards. We'll catch you next time.